True.
Feel like that you have to put some type of disclaimer because of the whole Tenet thing, or no?
No. I never received money from Russia. We never were given any money to create anything. Tenet Media and
it was all laundered through Tenet Media. I mean, obviously you didn't get you weren't getting paid in rubles.
So I can try and I'll keep it real simple. You have sponsors on your show. Did you ever ask who their investors are? Did you?
The sponsors?
Yeah, like a company comes to you and says, "We want to, have you shout us out or something." Do you?
Two huge differences. God, I hope Sam doesn't cuck out on this conversation. Two huge differences. One, there's a difference between a sponsor and somebody buying your content. Tenet Media was not just sponsoring you, they were buying content from you. That's one huge difference. Secondly, is the size of the deal. Now, I could be wrong, but I think Sam Seder is a man of some kind of integrity. If somebody showed up to Sam Seder's podcast and was like, we want to sponsor you for $1 million a year or $5 million a year, my guess is he would probably look a bit into that company and you wouldn't just blindly accept it. So the dollar amount is huge, and the fact that it's not just a sponsor, this is a content distribution company that's buying your content. But we'll see how Sam does this.
Like look into their financiers? Do you dig through their bank accounts?
I mean, we get it all from media brokers, but they weren't advertising on your show.
Thank you. Yes.
They were paying you a license deal.
Yes. Why does Sam have such horrible people on his show? I'm okay with disagreeing with Sam politically because we disagree with things politically, but he's not an idiot. Sam is at least he's not an idiot. Sam is not an idiot. Oh, it's okay. All right. 7.5 minutes. Oh boy, here we go.
A license fee.
Yeah.
So I licensed to Nat Geo. I never asked them who their investors were.
Who? National Geographic?
Yeah.
That's your comparison? Is National Geographic? Really?
When I license through like all these other big distributors, someone comes to me, they say, we want a license. It goes to our lawyer comes back, says, here's the agreed upon fee. I say, thank you and have a nice day. And then we move on.
So was it just Ruben who asked who Gerard Depardieu or whatever that guy's name was?
I don't know what Dave did or anybody else did.
Did you ask about who that guy was?
Absolutely. And you know what's crazy is...
Well, wait a second. Why did you ask about who that guy was?
Wanted to know. Isn't that due diligence?
Yeah, but you just said you don't ask who the investors are.
No, I said, do you? Like, do you dig into all of these things?
I've never actually.
Yeah, but the whole point of asking, do you dig into these people, is to show that it's not the expectation and you didn't, right? Isn't that the whole point? Wasn't that what that was in response to?
You. Like, do you dig into all of these things?
I've never actually been approached with anything even remotely like that.
So when I got reached out to, like, by Discovery and Nat Geo.
Even remotely like that. So Sam is hinting at the dollar value there. So Sam hit both big points. This was a content distribution agreement, right? They were licensing your content. It's not just a sponsor. And it was a huge dollar amount. And Sam hit both points. Good job. Not as strong as the second one, but we got 6 more minutes.
I said, I'm familiar with what this is. It's
yeah, no. If I mean, I licensed my show to Peacock, and
right, you know what they are.
Well, yeah. I mean, National Geographic is a well-known thing. But if somebody comes in and says, like, we're going to give you that kind of money for your programming,
what's the difference between a license and a sponsor? When somebody sponsors your content, they're basically coming from this saying like, hey, can you place an ad? Or can you use your content to make people kind of like buy my stuff? I want you to endorse a product or show an advertisement to get people to buy stuff from me. Licensing content is saying, hey, I would like to buy the rights to distribute your content on my network. I want to buy the rights to your show so that I can distribute it to increase the, whatever of my network. There's a lot of things you do that, but it's buying the rights to content. Thoughts on whether the compensation was close to market rate? For Tim Pool, his compensation was way, 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 way above market rate. Not even remotely close to what somebody like him, like at least an order of magnitude greater. It was way bigger than what he should have expected to have gotten, which is, in my opinion, the largest argument for why he should have known, or he did know, that it was from dubious sources.
I'd be like,
how much money do you make on Majority Report?
Fuck is that?
How much money do you make on Majority Report?
How much do I make from on our revenue from the whole show?
All of it, 100%.
I mean, it's six
figures a month?
Revenue, yeah.
Per month?
Yeah.
For Sam individually or for the entirety of the Majority Report?
Six figures a month?
Revenue, yeah.
Per month?
Yeah.
So why were you?
Six figures. Yeah.
So you're over 100K per month on Majority Report?
I think, well, I mean, some months. I mean, certainly the past couple of months have been really good. Some months are a little bit less.
I think you do a majority. I don't know about your other channels, but you do about 20 million per month in views.
Other channels?
Like, I don't know if you have other shows. I'm saying
no.
Majority Report does about 20 million.
That's it.
And with 20 million views per month, you do over six figures.
We had 20 million views for 2 months this year.
If you do 20 million views per month, I think is your YouTube metric.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit less now, but okay.
Oh yeah. If a company came to you and wanted to license the show, which would
I can tell you, Peacock licensed a Majority Report we were on Peacock for a year.
You want to say what they gave you?
Fuck, I would need to know the details of that. If Peacock is asking, was it exclusive or was it non-exclusive? Because that's a big difference. Like if they're exclusively licensing their show for a year, it must have been, my guess would be a 7-figure deal. But if it was a non-exclusive, it might have been like, I don't know, 200, 300K maybe for the whole year. It depends. Like for non-exclusive, but I would need to know I would need to know more details. Like, are you making content? Well, yeah. Is it exclusive or non-exclusive? And then, like, what kind of rights are they buying to your content? Like, is it allowing them to post it into perpetuity? Are you allowed to retract all of your content after a year? Or it was non-exclusive for the first hour of their show, and then it was exclusive afterwards?
I will tell you this. From what I read, you made more in a month than we made in a year.
Yeah, that. Assuming it was non-exclusive, that sounds... Or I'm sorry. Yeah, assuming there were big parts that are not exclusive, that sounds right. But I would have to see the exact deal. But it's not. But whatever Tim Pool, if he's trying to draw a comparison, I don't know why Tim would even try to do this. Tim was being paid massively more than market rate. He's not. Him trying to do this weird code was, that's what somebody my size could expect, is absolutely not true. He's so fucking lying, and he's just relying on the fact that nobody knows what podcasts sell for or what YouTube videos sell for or whatever. He's way above market rates.
Year.
You want to say what they gave you?
I will tell you this. From what I read, you made more in a month than we made in a year.
Maybe that's just bad business on your part, I guess.
He's a fucking retard. You're just so stupid. Sam, please fight him on this.
Maybe.
So,
or maybe it turns out that they were just a company who had metrics as opposed to, like, were trying to get propaganda.
Yep.
No, I think...
I mean, like, they were, right? You know for a fact they were a company trying to get propaganda. So I don't know how you can say no to that. Yeah, that is true. They obviously weren't turning a profit. They weren't even remotely close to turning a profit on anything, which is fine, by the way. You might buy early content as a loss leader, but they also weren't showing good growth either. That, like, I'm pretty sure Lauren was the one that was posting the videos on that channel that were getting more views than everybody else. And by that point, I'm pretty sure she was dwarfed in size by Tim Pool, probably smaller than Benny... William or Johnson, I don't know, whatever the weird fucking dude is, and Dave Rubin, who I don't even know what his position is in the fucking media sphere now. It's not even a good buy. Like, but even on metrics, ignoring revenues, ignoring money generated or whatever. Like,
we're trying to get propaganda.
No, I think.
See, I have a theory.
So I can tell you how much money we make at this company, right?
I would imagine it's millions.
Million per month, maybe.
I don't know if I believe that anymore. That Tim Pool's company generates millions per month. The only reason why I'm not sure is because I know some of those supplement ads can pay outrageous amounts. But absent the Russian money, I don't know if I believe that he's making that Tim Cast IRL is making 7 figures a month. But I would have to see other sponsors.
Okay.
So when a company comes to me and says, we want to have you, who makes, as a company, $1 million a month, a show in which we will have a non-exclusive distribution, but takes the branding, then we're going to say, in 1 or 2 years, how much do we make on this show per month? Well, it's in excess of 400,000.
This was a new show. This was this show, right?
Well, so there's a few caveats. This channel is my first channel. It's got 1.35 million subscribers. It used to be my biggest channel, where I would routinely get 500,000 to 1 million per video, or maybe like 600,000 per video on certain shows. And then we're talking about doing a show like this, where you'll get, you have 1.5 subscribers. I've got 1 million plus subscribers, or with the other channels, it's big names coming, doing these debates, tends to attract a lot of sponsorship. So,
You had any?
Big names coming to do these debates attracts a lot of sponsorship. I don't believe that's true at all. The politics world is fucking AIDS cancer when it comes to politics. Or I'm sorry, the politics world is AIDS cancer when it comes to sponsorships or advertising, which is why my guess is, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, or if you have links to Tim's show, I'd be interested in seeing it. Does Tim even carry any like A-list, like mainstream sponsors, or is it all like Black Rifle Coffee and, you know, buy gold and invest in it? Like, are there even big name sponsors that are on any of Tim Pool's shows? Like, does he have like a Coca-Cola sponsor or a Samsung sponsor or anything like that? Or is it like all like VPNs and gold? And I've never seen a big name sponsor like that on his show, but I could be wrong.
debates tends to attract a lot of sponsorship. So,
You had any other deals like this?
Good question. Fuck, I hate that Sam is so ideologically captured. He's a smart guy. These are good questions. And he's not stupid. I'm sorry. I put so much stock into somebody just not being fucking stupid. Okay? And to just don't be a fucking idiot. You know what? You know what? What's today? Sam Seder's off the blacklist. Just for not being a fucking idiot, okay? All right. Refilling the bucket.
yes.
Oh, you have had.
No, you haven't. That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. Please push him on specifics. He won't give any.
You'll get, you know, you have 1,000,000 subscribers. I've got 1,000,000+ subscribers, or with the other channels, it's subscribers. It used to be my biggest channel where I would routinely get 500,000 to 1,000,000 per video, or, you know, maybe like 600,000 per video on certain shows. And then we're talking about doing a show like this where you'll get, you know, you have 1,000,000 subscribers. I've got 1,000,000+ subscribers, or with the other channels, it's big names coming, doing these debates tends to attract a lot of sponsorship. So
You had any other deal?
What does that even mean? Like, and again, hold on. To be honest, you can take things I say with a little bit of a grain of salt. Now, the thing is I don't do a lot of work with sponsors. I tend to know some industry rates, and I've done work with sponsors in the past, and I've seen larger deals in the past. But the thing is, I won't fucking blatantly lie to you like Tim Pool will. So there might be things that are outside of like my intimate knowledge, but like even citing like, oh, here's the subscribers that my channel has. I've never had a convo with a sponsor. It's like, how many subs do you have? It's always how many views do you get per video, right? And then like, where in the video can I stick the ad? How many views can I expect to get in a video with an ad? Like stuff like these are the like I've never heard somebody say like, oh, I've got 4 million subs. No one cares. They want to know your monthly video views, or they want to know the views on the videos that their ads are going to be stuck on. That's what they want to know. Like how many people are going to see the ad read. But I don't know.
So
You had any other deals like this?
yes.
No.
Oh, you have had
No.
other deals like this.
So
Because I seem to remember you saying to Emma that you had not, that it was just all from members, or you didn't have any. Like,
Oh, and he's remembering. Yes, catch him in these traps. True. He did say that. He's like, oh, we don't take sponsors. It's all members to keep this show afloat. True. And now Tim is going to make up some bullshit about how he, well, I turned all those down, even though I had the offers. I turned them down.
back.
sponsors. There's no backers, right?
Well, a license deal is not a sponsorship. Like, I mean, I have
It's
sponsors.
sales. What do
Like,
you
I
mean?
have.
Oh, he's so stupid. I don't even like this media outlet. I shouldn't even be giving Sam Seder credit. I shouldn't even be giving Sam credit, because the only thing Sam Seder is doing here is he's just being not a fucking idiot who has some experience in the industry. The fact that Tim is trying to say that a licensing deal and a sponsor is the same thing, that's what he just said there, but Sam is kind of like, it's not the same. It's obviously and clearly not the same thing. We're talking about materially two completely different types of deals.
A license deal is not a sponsorship. Like, I mean, I have sponsors.
sales. What do
Like,
you
I
mean?
have. Well, it's different.
No
because
one has come to
when-
this company. Well, let's clarify.
Hello,
Let's-
Tushy.
He's going to say, no one's come to this country and told us what kind of content to make.
He comes and
Here's-
says, we want to sell
sure.
bidets.
Here's the
I do
difference.
an ad, but I don't have a license.
No one has come to my companies
And told me
plural,
what kind of content
and
to
said,
make.
I will give you X in exchange for X.
For this, yeah, that's what, yeah.
in terms of the production of content or a stake in the
Doesn't matter. People might come to you and support stuff that you're already saying, which is common for sponsors, obviously, or they might see you giving very convenient lies, give you money for it, and now that compromises your ability to change your position in the future, right? Let's say that Israel came to me and they're like, we really like your position on Israel-Palestine. We're gonna give you $5 million a month for it. Oh, cool. I'm not changing anything, guys. But let's say tomorrow it comes out that Netanyahu himself was, driving a tank through Khan Yunis, just running over Palestinians, and now you're looking at my content. I'm like, well, I'm not actually gonna, I don't think, what do you want me to say? Running over people in tanks is bad, guys. What am I supposed to say about it, right? Well, there are going to be people looking at me and they're like, well, hold on. Do you have that opinion now just because Israel is giving you like $5 million a month? Or like, would you have had that opinion anyway? Like, I'm not sure, right? This is the issue with taking massive amounts of like money like this,
the company. We have no investors. We have no backing. We have sales.
Have you had other license deals like that? I'm not talking about a sponsor.
Yeah.
Tenet Media was not a sponsor.
It was a non-exclusive distribution license.
Correct. Which is not a sponsor.
Yeah, it was a license deal.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
So
have you had other license deals like that?
No, because if he did, Tim would have given them instead of like, pussyfooting around the topic like this. Tim would have just come out and said, yeah, we had this or that. But yeah.
Yes.
No.
And so this is
No. Name it. Talk about him. Ask him. Push him. What? Give an example of one of these things.
not.
With who? Is it another? I mean, I'm just curious.
Well,
Oh, I can't say because, NDA, even though we didn't sign anything. And even though I asked you how much money you made with Peacock, and those figures are certainly NDA'd, would be my guess. The specifics of a contract there are probably going to be NDA'd as part of the contract that you sign. Or you might even sign an NDA before negotiations. You're working with a company that's not being lazy. But now he can't even mention the company that he negotiated with. He can't even say the name of somebody. He can't even say the type of deal it would have been in without even mentioning the name of the company.
is not.
With who? Is it another? I mean, I'm just curious.
Well, I got to wait because some of these deals are still in contract negotiations, so I can't.
Oh, so you didn't have any prior to the
Oh, so you lied. So you don't actually have any deals like this. You lied. These were all after the Tenet thing.
Tenet, or you did?
I have licensed content to big networks.
Oh, and now he's I have licensed content to big networks. That's not what was being asked, right? What, when you did photography for National Geographic? Now it sounds like he's referring to shit way in the past, right? Now he's dancing around again. Yeah.
We have explicitly and on a low scale.
Prior to this, you had licensed it to other big networks.
No, Sam, don't let him. He's lying. He's getting out of this, right? He's never had a deal like this before. He's fucking lying. That's why he's weaseling around this like a lying little fucking rat snake fuck. That's exactly what he's trying to do is get away from this point.
I'm confused as what I have licensed.
Tim's not confused. He just knows that it's hard to answer this question without actually blatantly lying while still like being cute around the subject.
Licensed it to other big networks.
I'm confused as what I have licensed my content to other big networks.
Prior to the Tenet deal.
Yes. Yeah.
Licensed my content. He's not asking about shit you did because Tim is going to say here, I don't know if it's going to come up when Sam asks him what. Tim's going to say, well, I licensed content to CNN or MSNBC or National Geographic when I did work like 10 years ago, or whatever his, or Vice, whatever his start was in media. But that's not what Sam is asking.
Yes.
Oh,
and we also
what were those networks?
So like Nat Geo and Discovery.
No! He's so predictable. I hate these people. He's so predictable. I could just write the lies and I could write them better. Listen, Tim, have a person reach out to me and I could write your script better than this. There are better ways you could dodge the answers to these questions, okay? You can't do it because you're too stupid to do it. You honestly just don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Or you're relying on your audience being stupid, okay? I can write these lies better than you're doing them in real time. Fuck.
Prior to the Tenet deal.
He's referring to work that he's done way before Timcast IRL. That's what he's doing.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
and we also
what were those networks?
so like Nat Geo and Discovery when they hired me for content.
No,
or
I'm
when they
talking
bought
about
content.
these shows.
Yeah, now, okay, Sam's pushing more and more and more. No, Tim has never, ever, 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 ever done any of these things. And you're going to have to ask in specificity every single possible question because Tim is doing his best to avoid the fucking answer. Oh, I'm happy that Sam is at least asking the right questions. Jesus.
I'm not talking about when you were, I'm talking about, the whole Timcast world.
There
Before
you go.
Tenet, there were 3 negotiations currently taking place.
Okay, now we're getting closer. Before Tenet, there were 3 negotiations taking place. Okay, that now because they're negotiations, you can't talk about any of them. Before Tenet, that was over a year ago. How long do these negotiations take?
And I can't say too much because I can't violate other contracts.
You can't talk about There is no NDA in the world that you've ever signed that's like, you cannot mention any part of this agreement ever, even talking vaguely about it, even if you don't mention the name of the company, even like, bro, what kind of slave contracts? What is the insane shit that you're working with here where you can't even mention the unsigned deals that you've had in the past, even parts of them without attaching the name of a company to them? Even HIPAA, by the way, is not this strict. Like, I can talk to you about a patient as long as there's no personally identifiable information. I don't use their like name or whatever. Like, even HIPAA is not this strict, bro.
Offers were made.
You're not supposed to tell who you're licensing to?
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Sam, keep going. It's just, Sam doesn't even deserve the credit I'm giving him. He's just not a fucking moron. He's worked in this industry and he's not an idiot, okay? These are basic fucking questions. You can't even say who you were in negotiations with. Even if they didn't come through, you can't say what company you were talking to.
When you were in contract negotiations.
A year ago. Are these still ongoing?
First, you don't go out and just say, hey, guess what this company's offering me right now?
No, of course.
Contract negotiations and mentioning specific offers are not the same, right? You might be NDA'd around the specifics of a negotiation, but you can't even mention who you're talking to? You can't even mention that?
Not. Of course not. I'm not asking what you're in negotiations for the future.
Correct. That's right. He's just asking about your prior negotiations, just who they were with, or some vagueness around the contract.
I'm saying prior.
All right, so let me finish. Yes.
Prior to Tenet Media.
Okay.
Had you had any other license deals?
License deals presented.
No. So the answer is no. That's the first thing. The answer is no, you haven't had any license deals. Now, it sounds like you maybe were negotiating some things. Now, I don't know why you would still be negotiating these, 16, 18, 24 months later for whatever reason, but nothing has come through yet, I guess.
That were comparable, and one was chosen.
Okay, so...
And some are ongoing.
So you never had any other deals. People had proposed them to you, but you'd never
with
signed
higher
a
rates.
Deal.
He's lying. And if he's not lying, God, I hope Sam asks him, wait a second, those people were offering even more money? Then why did you choose explicitly to go with Tenet Media? You chose Tenet Media even though you were getting better offers? Which is a lie, by the way. He didn't get a better offer. That is a lie. 100% that's a lie. 100%. And if he thinks I'm lying about it being a lie, he's welcome to sue me. He's lying, though, 100%.
We were offered more money from other companies.
Or if they were offered more money, which I'm trying to think if his show would ever get more than $5 million. If they were offered more money, it wasn't for a comparable deal. It was for exclusively licensed content, and a lot of it, not just one hour bullshit podcast a week that they had a non-exclusive. It would be like, you need to produce a show just for us on our network that we have full rights to, that you have to do a certain number of days a month or a week or whatever.
You went with Tenet.
Yes.
And Sam asked the next question. Good job. Yeah.
More ongoing.
So you never had any other deals. People had proposed them to you, but you'd never
with
signed
higher rates. Mm-hmm. We were offered more money from other companies.
And you went with Tenet.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
For a license deal.
Why?
I was offered a license agreement for comparable. I try to keep it vague, I guess, because
so just to be clear, you never signed another deal before Tenet. You had never had a license deal prior to that.
Correct.
As Timcast.
No. Okay, look. Yes, I did. I said it like 5 times now.
Now he's going to go back to the National Geographic stuff. He's about to go back to Nat Geo and Discovery. He's about to go back to Nat Geo and Discovery.
No.
Oh,
I've licensed content to a ton of networks.
He's going back to his 5+ years ago, whatever, as an individual.
Oh, I was just curious as to what networks those were. I don't know why you're getting so upset.
Because I've said it 5 times. You keep asking the same question over and over again.
You said Nat Geo.
Yeah.
So I've licensed content to like Discovery Net.
Oh, and then what is it? Vice, CNN, MSNBC?
Geo. And then there's media buyers who
but
do
not
general...
as Timcast.
Correct.
Yes,
not as Timcast.
Quite literally as Timcast.
Oh, he's going to say quite literally as Timcast, but like 5 years ago before he had his big shows. This is like when he just first started as a fucking, like, name one of these offers.
From this channel.
Oh, really? To Nat Geo? Okay.
Yes, and I've even appeared on their networks. So I don't know, I can say it a million times.
Like even that, what does that mean? Appeared on their networks? What does that have to do with licensing content from your IP? What does it have to do with appeared on their networks? Or do you mean your show has appeared on their networks? Because in that case, why not just say it then? Because we should just be able to see it. If you sign, like, I can say publicly that I signed a deal with Rumble, I signed a deal with Kick. I'm literally on their platform. Like, I can say that because I'm obviously there. Why wouldn't you just say it then? God, I hate him. Oh my God, he's such a skeevy lying fuck. Oh my God. There's no way that his audience like watches this and perceives him as anything but, right? Like, that's just so crazy to me. Oh. that's so crazy to me. How do you develop your ideas in terms of politics and or other topics? How can I ensure I'm actually informed and not just taking echoing ideas? I don't know, bro. You just got to do some reading. Got to read.